Hey everybody, this is Mr. Crafty. Today I am doing another recommended video by you guys. This is recommended by Glitch. I found your comment and you wanted me to do a Momoshiki video and a Kinshiki. I know the title says Momoshiki, but I'm also scaling Kinshiki in this video too. So might as well start with the lower of the branches. Let's start with Kinshiki. So Kinshiki, where does he scale? Well, we do know from statements that he could casually split worlds, make him planetary, and if I'm being honest, that's kind of where he stops. In my honest opinion, I don't think Kinshiki could fight. I think Kinshiki's more of the level on of Jubito. I think Madara would whip Kinshiki's ass, in my own opinion. And I know some people for example, do you guys think that the new age Kage, do you think Madara would lose against them or win against them? Or at least one of them, the right Kage, right? Who do you think would win, right? I'm not talking about Naruto or Sasuke. I'm talking about the other Kage, right? Also, it's depicted inside Ishiki's palace when it shows all four different Arasukis, him, Momo, Kaguya, and Kinshiki. Kinshiki's of the lower of the branches. He's the weakest one there. And the whole world splitting statement also falls in line with, Jubito being able to destroy the world. He's stated he's gonna obliterate the world, and you can take this hyperbolic, but I really don't think he scales much higher than this. I don't know, you can argue me on that, but that's really, there's nothing really, I don't think you can scale much higher. My honest opinion, I think Jubara, no, just Six Path Modern, I can't say his fandom name, right? I think he would shit stomp, but maybe I should, he would defeat Kinshiki, okay? Maybe I'll dive into him more, but this video is more on the premise of Momoshiki. So talking about Momoshiki, I don't really know why you guys wanted, I don't really know why you wanted a Momoshiki video, because I kind of go over Momoshiki, because in my Naruto videos, I have to directly scale him to, well, Naruto has directly scales off him, but I guess I'll briefly go over some stuff. So, it was stated by Sasuke that Kaguya, right, that Momoshiki is a greater threat than Kaguya, and we know Kaguya can create stars in realms, making that large star level through solar system levels, since there's more realms with stars in it. But the thing about Momoshiki is that he also created a separate dimension, universe, whatever, right, with many stars in the background. It's bare minimum multi solar system level, and or he should be able to output 5.636 times 10 to the 61 joules energy, which is multi solar system. Now, like I said, I already went over this, and we do know his fuse form, he should at least get 2 times stronger, and he should be able to output 127 times 10 to the 62 joules energy, which is still multi-solar system. Now, I really have gone over this. Now, I didn't want to just re-go over this stuff more for Naruto, so instead I'm turning this video into why Momoshiki, an add-on, why Momoshiki slaps Kaguya. Because apparently a lot of people, I thought this debate died out maybe a year ago, but I guess not. Apparently a lot of people still think that Kaguya is stronger, which shit's not Momo, and there's just a overwhelming amount of evidence. So just in terms of strength, right, he's multi-solar system, I went over my Naruto video. And speed, he's still massively faster. I am not going back over to my speed thing. You can go to my Naruto video, you can check the speed calcs I put up there, but just take my word for it, he's massively faster than okay, so going into why he just Momo casually shit stomps Kaguya. So apparently some of the debates are saying that, oh, well, one, I guess apparently the scan of him saying they're a greater threat than Kaguya is a fan translation. I don't think so, but if it is, it's whatever, okay? But that's not even the main thing that premises of them being stronger. There's a lot more proof. Okay, one, here's the thing. Toneri is actually stated to be a greater threat than Kaguya. Well, the greatest enemy ever to be seen, meaning it's above Kaguya. And what did Naruto do? He literally one-shot him in his base. Granted, he did use, Kuruma's like some KCM power in his like right hand, but still one shot on like low difficulty, right? He was not a threat. And what happened to that base Naruto when fighting just like a non-fused Momo? He was able to fucking capture him and extract 50% of his chakra out. So, Momoshiki is already above Toneri, who's above Kaguya, because he is literally stated to be the strongest enemy we've seen yet. I mean, he's above Kaguya. Now, no people will be like, oh, they're not talking about Kaguya though, which, whatever you want to say that, then I'm gonna go into other arguments. Like, Kaguya was so scared of Momo, and you can just say, oh, she was scared of Momoshiki and Kinshiki, that you can say it's a combined threat, whatever, but she was so scared of them, she wanted to make an entire army to go against them. A lot of people think, oh, well, I don't know, they think, oh, she was just suppressed, she could have easily shit stomped, like, Momoshiki, which, to be fair, Momoshiki has a surprising lot of hacks. Like, to mostly the Naruto verse, like, so Momoshiki with not being fused, he's actually was stated to be very shit at, like, taijutsu martial arts, and surprisingly enough, Kaguya is actually stated to be very, very good with, like, martial arts taijutsu, so, yes, she would outclass him in that, but here's the thing. Well, most of her abilities would be mostly chakra based, and well, Momoshiki just like absorbs chakra, so like she was already at a default. But yes, apparently she's really good at taijutsu stuff, but still, she was so scared of them. She was like, I gotta make an entire army just in case if they ever come down, right? They can like one shot, they can defeat them. And another thing is like, oh, well, even if Sasuke saying there's a greater threat than Kaguya, well, like, that was like, and Momoshiki himself thought they knew that they were stronger. Well, that was like before a God Tree amp, well, the Chakra Fruit God Tree amp. Alright, here's what I have to say to this. Momoshiki eats, like, God Trees, he eats the fruit for breakfast. Literally, the first time we see him, he's eating one. We see there's so many, like, those, like, what are they called, the stumps, he literally eats them for breakfast. So like, if you really want to, you can just get as many stumps as there are, count up at least bare minimum that's the amount of trees he would have eaten in a span of over hundreds of years, because he's been around since Kaguya at least. Just times that by, like, let's just say there's at least like 5 stumps. That's at least bare minimum 5 times stronger than Kaguya's tree amp, because he ate at least 5 of those fruits. So, he's already much more strong as he eats those fruits for breakfast. Like, they're literally nothing to him. And, like, and I was going to be like, oh, well, he was surprised at, Naruto's chakra amount. Well, okay, well, one, the Nine-Tails chakra, like, what's that going to mean? Like, maybe he just doesn't have a lot of chakra. Like, and there's everything implying that he's just much stronger to Kaguya. Maybe lowballed it relative would mean a little bit. You can assume maybe they're relative, but like more evidence just even shows that like Momoshiki just without being fused is stronger. Like, and also, and like, just so you know, like he was able to like fight these like like I said, like Naruto's base, even base Naruto, and trap him, right? Which as say Toneri was like supposedly an even bigger threat than Kaguya. Like, so there's so much evidence pointing to the fact that Momoshiki would literally shit stomp Kaguya. It's not even funny. Like, there's so much more. And the fact that his dimension's much bigger than Kaguya's. Like, it's much bigger. Like, so that would be another tribute to how much power he has. And like, there's just a lot more stuff he has. Now, there's really, I don't see really any way Kaguya would beat him. Even if you say, oh, the infant Tsukuyomi, he's got a Rinnegan, he's fine. That won't affect him. You see the Ash Bone shit, he's got the Rinnegan to absorb the chakra. There's really nothing he can do. And yeah, I guess that's kind of done with the most prominent scaling. I have Momoshiki at multi-solar system through in massively faster than light. Now, since I don't want this to be a completely short video, I'm gonna go into some other high-end metas. You can get them. I'll be going over quickly the universal meta and the multiversal meta, just going over it. And I personally see these as a very high ball. I would not use them. I do not really accept them. I just know of their existence, and I could personally debunk them. But you can go both ways. So, but my personal stuff, I have them at multi-solar system, massively faster than light. So let me just explain to you some of the universal and like multiversal metas. One being that supposedly, you know, in translation wise, that it was stated that Momoshiki's realm, he created a parallel universe. I mean, it must be maybe most likely parallel in size, which doesn't always have to, but it could most likely be parallel in size to the Narutoverse. As well, it supposedly has its own time space, which it would also grant it fourth dimensional properties, and the creating one would be Universal Plus. Now, there's one meta, but you know, there's no English translation of that, and other translations have it differently, so you can bicker in the comment section all you want, but like I said, I see it as a highball. But there's also other stuff down the, there's actually better universal arguments not counting with the Momoshiki. Now, on to the multiversal arguments. It basically all scales to the fact that the limited Tsukuyomi from the Road to Ninja movie, which is supposedly canon, which I urge you to with that, since Obito using the 7-tomo like Sharingan Renegon Infinite Limited Tsukuyomi was able to create a physical identical realm to compare to the fucking like Naruto verse, and it's now assuming that the Infinite Tsukuyomi has the same I said assuming has the same properties in the sense where it creates physical realms, which has never been shown, you know, and it's most likely, it's even stated to be dreams, but whatever, right? Assuming that means literally the Infinite Tsukuyomi is creating billions to quintillions of infinite dream universes, which is stated to be infinite, but then again, it's also stated to be a dream. And the reason why that would scale to Momoshiki is because Sasuke, with his, you know, Rena Sharingan, was stated to have the best dojutsu in the entire verse, and Naruto is comparable to him, meaning he would also scale to that AP. Apparently that's how the meta works, and you know, Momoshiki was able to, like, you know, fight them, like, you know, casually fight them. It was a 2-on-1, so, you know, give it to him on that. And that's how you can get into multiversal. Now, do I agree with those two metas? I see them as a highball, like I said, and there's even better universal metas for Naruto besides these two, but there's some, you know, metas you can use. And yeah, I think that kind of wraps up this video. So yeah, and thank you for recommending another video. I always love doing recommended videos. Sometimes I might not be able to get to them as fast. It's because I have my own videos I like to do, and other people recommend other stuff. I would probably get to those first, as well as some will be easier to do, so I'll probably get to those first. Anyway, so that's all. Mr. Crafty out.